Is that high enough?
For Helen de More Callejas,
You look like you're in an airplane.
nothing is more important than taking her two daughters, 4-year-old Deanna and 2.5-year-old Lola, on new adventures.
Otherwise, we're cooped up in the house. They might be on screens for too long.
It's part of the reason why one hot summer day in 2022, Helen and her husband decided to take the family to the Ridgemar Mall in Fort Worth, Texas.
We saw the big sign for SeaQuest, and I thought, oh, you know, I've never been to an aquarium with the girls. They would love that. A staff member actually came up to us and said, you can interact with the animals. You can touch all the animals.
But at the Stingray Touch exhibit, the afternoon ended in tears for Lola after she was bitten on her finger by a grouper.
All of a sudden, she shrieked. And at first I thought, okay, it was a fish bite. It wasn't until I was holding her and she moved her hand that I saw blood on my shirt. And I realized, oh, she really got hurt.
It's a very different experience than the one SeaQuest advertises. Founder and CEO Vince Covino,
Hey SeaQuest fans, we've noticed a high demand.
Promotes the aquarium on social media as a place where you can interact with the animals.
Please consider bringing an extra $10 or $15 with you to really be able to have the full SeaQuest experience where you can hand feed and hold and touch.
And it's all set in the most unexpected place.
These are right in the middle of America's malls.
Right in the middle of America's malls. Easy access, shopping, grabbing lunch, and go put your hands on baby animals. They attract parents who want to show a great time for their kids.
Operating in 7 states, they say they're the fastest growing aquarium in the world. Tonight, an ABC News investigation uncovering what you might not see in the fish tank.
This is enough. This is enough. I have to do something about this.
Several former employees from across the country speaking out.
The reason I had left was because of the treatment of the animals.
Do you feel that the animals' quality of life was sacrificed so they could make money?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Some were interviewed by ABC's affiliate stations without showing their faces. They say they signed a confidentiality agreement and are worried SeaQuest will retaliate.
At any point, did you feel guilty?
Every day. Pretty much every day.
Federal and state agencies citing SeaQuest over the past 8 years for issues ranging from human injuries, potential disease hazards, inadequate care of animals, and in some cases, conditions that led to animal deaths.
They keep operating when they get fines. This is about profit.
In past interviews, the company's founder, Covino, said the majority of guests enjoy their time at SeaQuest and that he's quick to address any issues that arise with regulators.
We're committed to cooperating with all the authorities as we're doing currently. We are in full compliance with all of them.
SeaQuest told ABC News in a statement that their #1 priority is to ensure the health and safety of their animals. They say that they host millions of visitors each year, and with hundreds of employees and thousands of animals, injury and animal mortality, though very rare, exist. But critics say that SeaQuest could do better, pointing to how the USDA, which is the federal agency that issues licenses for zoos and aquariums, has cited SeaQuest over 80 times in the past 5 years.
What is the concern with humans interacting with some of these animals?
Wild animals are just that. They're wild. They can hurt people, and a lot of time they just want to get away from you.
In all, our investigation found at least 76 times people reported being injured by the animals at various SeaQuest locations since the first one opened in 2016. Some even uploading pictures of their alleged injuries on social media pages and review sites, including this person who posted on Yelp that he was attacked by a monitor lizard that was sitting in an open tank with no warning signs. Another posting on Facebook about how frustrated they were after their 3-year-old son was hurt at SeaQuest Iguana exhibit.
You like to do painting?
Back in Texas, Helen says she was shocked by what she describes as the staff's reaction to her daughter's injury.
They offered me a few Band-Aids. I think I filled out an incident report. It just seemed almost like it was a normal occurrence.
Concerned about infection, Helen eventually took her daughter to the doctor who prescribed antibiotics. SeaQuest said that guest and staff injuries are extremely rare, but if one does occur, they have standard protocols in place to address the injury and evaluate the overall safety around the occurrence.
There should be some information preventatively given to the public before they even interact with the animal.
At the Schwartzman Animal Medical Center in New York, Dr. LaToya Latney is a senior clinician and a specialist in zoo health management. She told us about the safety protocols in place at many large-scale zoos and aquariums.
If someone does get injured, immediate medical care and a plan for how that's laid out. This hospital is available here. There's an urgent care here. This is how far it takes, how long it takes to that.
Hello, little love.
Some of SeaQuest's former employees who spoke to ABC News said that some of the issues at the aquariums came about because of pressure from management to sell interactions.
Just make more for the interactions. Just make more. We're making money. We're making money. We're making money.
When Kaylin Whitney first heard about SeaQuest, it seemed like it could be her dream job.
I had always wanted to be like a zookeeper. It just seemed like too good to be true.
She started in 2021 at a location in Woodbridge, New Jersey. But the longer she worked, the more concerned she became, providing us with photos that she and other employees took of animals that looked sick or injured. She said many did not receive proper veterinary care.
It was like a dice roll, what animals got to see the vet.
SeaQuest said many of their animals are rescues, with the Woodbridge location acquiring many that were in poor health that they worked diligently to rescue, but several were too unhealthy to save. They said the vast majority of deaths are from natural causes and that each location has dedicated veterinary team members who do walkthroughs of all exhibits and enclosures.
The people in management were the ones who were like super out for money.
1,200 miles away in Minnesota, our affiliate obtained a series of internal messages sent between employees there last April through June, discussing the otter exhibit and whether they had been properly vaccinated for rabies.
Rabies vaccinations are non-negotiable, period. If an animal has rabies and they're exposed to the public, that is a situation where a person could die.
As seen in promotional videos, a top attraction at SeaQuest is feeding the otters. According to the internal messages, a veterinarian flags last April to the director that the otters are past due for rabies since January and cannot be on interaction until they are up to date. The director asks if they can continue the interaction because the plexiglass makes a bite nearly impossible. The vet says no. 2 months later, in June, the vet warns that she learned the interactions had been occurring while the otters were supposed to be in quarantine following their vaccination, directly in violation of the Animal Welfare Act. SeaQuest disputes this, telling ABC News that there was no direct public interactions with the otters during this time.
I've heard PETA call me the codfather.
Covino has not shied away from pointing out SeaQuest's success, including in this video that he posted on his website, where he advises entrepreneurs on how to start a small business.
Profit margin is the bottom line. Literally, it's the bottom line. Is how much money am I making?
In his TikTok videos, we get a glimpse of his success.
Can I ask what car you have?
It's McLaren 570S.
And he has reminded employees on the threat of termination not to speak about the business. Our Minneapolis reporter acquired this internal video. It was sent to SeaQuest employees in Roseville after a power outage caused a fish to die. Covino says it was due to sabotage, but the company says they didn't file a police report.
We don't talk about these things outside of the team. Apparently that happened this morning. It's very important. It's very sensitive. Could lead to termination.
In New Jersey, Kaylin was eventually fired from her job at SeaQuest. She admits she made mistakes, receiving 5 write-ups for various incidents, including leaving an iguana's enclosure open at closing time. But she believes that her mistakes are not why she was terminated.
Did you ever sound the alarm with your colleagues, with your bosses, that you felt like these animals were not getting the treatment they deserved?
Oh yeah, I did. They did not like me for that.
What would you say to people who may hear your story and say she's just a disgruntled ex-employee?
I didn't start working on fighting against SeaQuest because I got fired. It took a few animals like dying off that I cared about for me to be like, okay, this is enough. It had nothing to do with me getting fired.
SeaQuest says that Kaylin was terminated due to subpar performance and lack of safety adherence. And they say they have no record or recollection of Kaylin raising any concerns while she worked there. Back in Texas, Helen and her family hope that their experience serves as a warning to other families.
I would not recommend going and giving my money to this place.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.